Welcome to Patterson Parent University Learning Table. Here at the Learning Table today, we present and talk about educational issues that impact you and your children. Today, we have with us our security experts, not only for the Patterson School District, but also for the City of Patterson. So I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hello, I'm Gerald Wilson, Principal Operation of the Eastside Educational Campus. My job primary is to facilitate school safety, security, operational, athletics, and maintaining facility issues within the Eastside Educational Campus.
Hi, I'm Captain James Smith. I'm the Executive Director of Security Transportation, and I helped design the school safety plan in conjunction with the state, our cabinet, our principals. Everybody had input, and we'll talk about that a little later on.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Sharon Easton. I'm with the Patterson Police Department. I'm currently the lieutenant for the executive protection for Mayor James Warren, and I also do the community policing for the Patterson Police Department.
Hey, Captain Smith, can you give us a quick overview of our security department and its operations?
Yes. Currently, our security department is composed of three entities. One being contract security, which we bid on and we put out into every school. One is the district board officers, which are direct employees of the Board of Education. And then lastly, our last component is the Patterson Police Department, which we have at selected schools throughout the district. Now, I know a lot of people have been hearing about what happened in Florida lately, but I want to let you know that Patterson is way ahead of the curve because we've had officers deployed in schools for over 15 years. And we've had training as a result of it. The drills that they talk about today, the bomb evacuations, the lockdowns, we've had in place, and we're instrumental in developing them to begin with at the state level. So with the cooperation, especially of this superintendent, we're going to be able to keep our staff and students very safe.
Can you tell us just a little bit, Jim, about the school resource officers?
Yes, those fall under the title of district board officers, and they are retired policemen who have went out and received training in school resource officer training and have certificates for it. They received the same training as if they were on the job, on the police job, I should say, and then they come back and they apply these principles in the Patterson schools. Let me add one other thing. The officers that we have deployed there, mostly all of them were Patterson police officers, are familiar with the city, and as I said before, do not need GPSs to go to the schools.
Hi, Mr. Gleason. Can you tell us a little bit about the school level safety implementation plan?
Yes, through the leadership of Ms. Schaefer and our Captain Smith, our Director of Security, we implement these drills on a monthly basis, which are mandatory. We facilitate a fire drill every month. We facilitate a lockdown drill. We facilitate 3 evacuation major drills, evacuating the entire building to a safe location 3 times a year. And through these drills, some are announced, some are unannounced, to prepare our staff, students in our community that we're conducting these drills so everyone will be aware of it.
Thank you. And Lieutenant Eastman, we have a great partnership with the Patterson Police Community Policing as well as the entire Patterson Police Department. Can you talk a little bit about some of the partnerships that we have and some of the existing initiatives that we're doing?
Some of the partnerships, one, the Community Policing Division, we've, for the last 15 years, as Captain Smith stated, we've been doing the drills, the active shooters in many of the schools, and we actually do them on a yearly basis. Whenever the seasons come up, we go out and do that. We also do the bullying, cyber bullying, career days, teen summits, parenting conferences. The Patterson Police, we've been involved with the district for many years. So, and right now we're working with the mayor. She actually have her the program with, I think it's what it's called, the MAS program? What is the program?
The Mayor's Ambassador
Yeah,
Program.
the Mayor's Ambassador Program and community policing, we're involved with that. So it's not anything that community policing division is not doing with the Board of Education. We're always just a phone call away.
For example, with the community police department, who works with, whether it's the SRO or community police department, so say we do a fire drill, they're already on site for the notification, they send the alert, we call alarm company, they notify the police department. When we evacuate the students, they stop traffic, we locate and move the students a block and a half away from the school building. When we do a lockdown drill, they're already in the building, so we're able to get notification that it's a drill or if it's live to the police department and personnel with Captain Smith being identified for all our drills. So it's a perfect relationship between our district security team as well as our local community police department.
Lieutenant Inkster, can you tell us, I know right now the community policing department is partnering with our students in our middle schools and taking all the kids out for an afternoon. Can you just talk a little bit about that? I mean, it's so important to me as a superintendent that our students have positive relationships with the police department.
Yes, under the direction of Captain Fallon, we're doing something a little bit different now with some things that we hadn't done in the past. Now we're taking the kids to the movies, we're doing lunch with the kids. We're just trying to develop closer relationships with our young people. Whatever we think out the box in our community policing division, whatever we think is going to have a lasting impact on our young people, that's what it is that we'll try.
Great. Jim, can you tell us a little bit what's involved in a drill?
Well, in a drill, as Principal Glisson touched on before, we have evacuations that take place for active shooter. We have evacuations for fire drills. But what I think is really important, what I think is most important for parents to realize, and where we're ahead of the curve, is that when we have something blocked, we have an egress room where the kids enter, they'll go out, like, say, door 26. We drill that is blocked at the time. There's a fire there. So they now know an alternate egress route. A lot of places don't do that. We do that. So now it also involves the students, and it gives them a sense of, hey, who's it going to be today? So they know where to go, and this promotes positive relationships between faculty, staff, Patterson Police, superintendent, and also the principal. And I think it's important that when we practice these drills, and we don't use the word drill, because the state told us a long time ago that we don't want to use the word drill because it puts them in a relaxed mode. We say what it is. There's a bomb threat. There's an active shooter. So they never know if it's a drill or they never know if it's the real thing, but they're going to do the same thing regardless. And I think that's important.
Also, too, Dr. Schaefer, when the Patterson Police, when we go in with the community policing division, the parents should know that the students and the teachers, they have they pull the shades down, they go into a corner, they can only open the door when there's a certain code. So it's not that they just open the door because somebody knocks on the door. So in the Patterson school system, the teachers are very aware what to do when there's an active shooter in place.
Yes. We currently use a safe code when announcing the evacuation or shooter. We give a safe code and then releasing that it's over or we're all clear. It's also a code that we use inside the building. The administrators know, the students and the teachers know by hearing that certain code that everything's safe. And that's what we use daily in every drill that we do, or emergency. Like we said, it might not be a drill emergency, but we let you know that we, like we said, we're well trained and we keep everyone informed. But we go and teachers have to keep students their roll books out there when we move to different locations. During fire drill, students know not to be in the area. No outsiders allowed to come in. The building is closed, the gates are moved, so we have no outsiders come in also. So we take it very seriously, whether it's a drill or whether it's an emergency situation.
And it's not just the students, the maintenance division, the nurse division, every division knows, everybody knows what to do when there's an active shooter. And it's something that's practiced. So
All right, well, as you can see, this is a really serious issue about executing these drills properly. I certainly want to thank all the administrators and the teachers and the students, because when we do these drills, there is a seriousness to doing them, because you never know when it's a drill or when it's a real situation. But I want to say that for the parents, we need your help. My motto is together we can, so we need everybody working together. And so for the parents, we need you to talk to your students and your children about using trigger words. Things like, I want to kill this person, I want to blow up the school. That is just unacceptable. And it now has many different connotations to it. The police become involved when that's said. It's a threat. Psychiatrists become involved at that time because it's a threat. And so I want to make sure that our parents are talking to their children about saying these type of trigger words. And Jim, you have something to add to that?
Yeah, I think that it's very important that academically you get involved in your child's education, and that means wearing the correct school uniform. That means making sure that you know where your child is after school, before school, when they start, who their friends are, what they're doing on the computer at night. I know that we may not all be computer experts, but we have to be aware of all the different social media places that are out there, whether it be Snapchat, Twitter. You like those two words I'm throwing in there? And also all the other social media type of things. But be aware. And if you're unsure, we're there to help you. Whether it be Lieutenant Easton, Principal Glisson, Superintendent Schaefer, we're all there to help, because at the end of the day, our bottom line is we want to make sure that your kids arrive safely, get home safely, and get a quality education.
And the great thing that our central office staff and our cabinet administration have been preaching to the principal administration: if you see something, say something. And a lot of our kids don't understand that. It's okay. Don't be afraid. If you see something, say something, because you don't know who life you can save at that time.
Yeah, this is a different world we live in, and it's serious. And again, I just want to reiterate some of those phrases that maybe we used when we were young. You can't use anymore. And when you say that you're gonna shoot someone, or you're gonna go home and get a gun, or you're gonna blow up a school, all those threats are taken very seriously. And it takes it to another level, and the police become involved. As a superintendent, I don't want that happening to our students. I want our students and our staff to be safe. It is a priority. It is paramount for me, the safety and security of our students and of our staff here in the district. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today, Lieutenant Easton, Executive Director Smith, and Principal Gleason.
Thank you.
And parents, again, if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us. And thank you very much.
Thank you.